Okay, in today's video, we are looking at different types of SAP database tables. So basically, there are three types of database tables. The first one is a transparent table, and then the second one is a pool table, and the third one is a cluster table. Also, in this video, I'm going to be explaining the structure, and there are two types of structures: the append structure and the include structure. So I will explain what this means in this video and also give you an example. I'll give you a practical example of how to use the append structure and the include structure. So let's go back to explain the different types of SAP database tables. So the first one, as I mentioned, is the transparent table. So we always create transparent tables, but the SAP system provides the pooled and cluster tables. So the transparent table, there is a one-to-one relationship between the ABAP dictionary and the database. So what this means is that one table that was created in the ABAP dictionary corresponds to one table in the SAP database system. Okay, so remember we created the table. If you have not seen the video will pop up and you can click on the link or in the description. So we created a table called the order header table in that video. So if you click on display, then you can see the fields of the table, and then you can click on this button here, content, or Ctrl Shift F10 to view the contents of the table. Then click on execute. So this is the content of our order header table, right? So this means that one table in the database corresponds to one table in the ABAP dictionary, while the other types of SAP database tables that we have, which is the cluster table and the pooled table, the difference is that for the cluster table, it has many-to-one relationship. Also for the pool table, it has many-to-one relationship. And the difference between pooled and cluster is that for the pooled table, the primary and foreign key relationship is not required, while for the cluster, the primary and foreign key relationship is mandatory. So many-to-one relationship, what does this mean? It means that you have many tables in the ABAP dictionary that corresponds to one table in the SAP database system. Okay, so now you could create different tables like this that we have on the screen. You could create different tables and then link this table using primary keys and foreign keys to make it one table in the SAP database system. So usually we do not create pool tables and cluster tables. This is provided by the SAP system. So this is for knowledge purposes for us to know their differences. Okay, so let's look at structure. What does structure means? A structure is a collection of fields and columns of different data type or similar data type. Okay, so there are two types of structures that you should be aware of. That is the include structure and the append structure. For the append structure, it is not reusable structure. So when you create it, you can not reuse it in other places. You can only use it once, and then it always inserts at the last. Okay, append inserts at the last, and it is applicable to both customer and SAP specific tables. So append structure, the SAP system can use append structure. Customer specific tables can use append structure. Customer specific tables means that these are tables that are created by customers. And you remember that if you create objects as a customer, you have to use the letters Z and Y, or Y rather. Now for the include structure is a reusable structure. So we can insert include structure at any point, and it is applicable to customer specific tables. So this is the difference between the append structure and the include structure. I hope you get the point now, right? Now, for us to have a more proper understanding, we will take an exercise on how to use the append structure and the include structure. So now you can see that our table here on the screen. So our table on the screen has order ID, order date, the payment method, and total amount and currency, right? So the exercise is that we need to add new columns to our existing table. Now we use the append to add column to the last, and then we use the include to add columns at any point. So we have these three fields or columns that we need to add to this table, which is the delivery number, delivery date, and delivery location. So delivery number will be inserted in between order date and payment mode. Likewise, delivery date. Okay, then the delivery location will be appended to the last. Okay, so include, we can use it to insert at any point in the table. Append, we use to insert or append to the end, okay, to the last of the column. So let's get started. And now the steps is just simple. You first need to create domains and data elements for the fields we want to add. Okay, then we create an append structure. And so this is the exercise solution. We first create a new domain for delivery number. I will show you how to do this shortly. If you do not already know, I covered it in the first video. The link is in the description or pops up there, so you can click to watch it and have a refresher. And then also create a new domain for delivery location. And let's get started with the exercise. All right. So to create a new domain for delivery number, you head over to the ABAP dictionary. Because I'm on a different screen, I use \n SE11. Takes us to the ABAP dictionary. Now what we want to create is the domain. First, you create domain for delivery number. Domain for delivery number. So we select domain, give it a name. So let's say ZZ delivery number. So let's say domain for delivery number _24, right? Then click on create, because we want to create a new domain. We click on create. Give it a short description. We can say delivery number domain, right? Then we give it a data type. So on the screen, the data type is numeric text, numeric character with a length of 12, numeric character with a length of 12. So our data type, you can use the value help, which is F4 for Windows users. Then we look for numeric character, which is down here. Select it, confirm this, and give it the number of characters that we want is 12. Set number of characters to be 12. We do not need decimal places. Set also the output length to be 12, and then we save this. Now I already have a package created, which is ZF5. So if you don't know how to create a package, you can leave a comment in the comment section, and I will show you how to create a package. So the package, it just means that all my objects that I create will be in my package. And then you can click on save. I also created a transport request. Continue. So if you look at the lower bottom, it says this has been saved. Now do not forget to activate, and then activate, you click on this symbol here, or you could use Ctrl F3. So activate. Currently this is the one I just created for domain delivery number. Then confirm this. So the object has been activated, right? Now we have created the domain for the delivery number. So we can just go ahead and create the data element for delivery number. So data element simply means how the fields will be visible to the user. Okay, I explained this also in the first video. So let's go ahead to create the data element. So head over to the ABAP dictionary, \n SE11. Then we want to create a data element. Select the data type. Give it a name, so we can say ZZ data element delivery number _ let me give it 25. And then we click on the create, select data element, confirm this, give it a description. You can say delivery number data element. So we give it a domain, the domain that we just created for delivery number, which is domain for delivery number _24. Click on enter. So the technical characteristics are automatically filled, And then we maintain the field label. So short description, we can say delivery number, medium description, delivery number, and fill the other fields for the long and for the heading. And so click on save to my package, save to my transport request. It's saved. And then activate. Ctrl F3 or this symbol here. This is the one we need to activate. Then confirm this. So our object is activated. So likewise, you create domain for delivery date. Select that as the data type, then the length as 8, and create domains for delivery location. Select the data type as character and the length as 3, then possible values. So I will create the domain for the delivery date and the data element for delivery date off camera, but you can also do this on your own. And then I will show you how to create the delivery location because of the possible values here. Okay, so let's create delivery location, domain for delivery location. Head over to S11, select domain, cancel this, ZZ, domain for delivery location, _24, select create, give it a short description. You can say domain, you can say delivery location, domain. So give it a data type, click on F4, or you can select this for value help. So character, number of character is 3. So number of character is 3, right? So that when we use DUS should mean Duisburg. ESS, which is 3 characters, which are 3 characters, should mean Essen. MUN should mean Munich. That's why we use 3 characters. So this is where possible values comes in, and the data length is the length will just be 3. Okay, so output length also should be 3. And then you see here value range is where we define, click on enter, value range is where we define the possible values. So for DUS it should represent Duisburg, and then for ESS it should represent Essen, then for MUN it should represent Munich. So these are these are the possible values that we can use. Save this, Ctrl S to my package, to my request, and then activate, Ctrl F3 or this button here. Okay, so we've created the domains and data elements for the 3 fields: delivery number, delivery date, and delivery location. I did the delivery date off camera, so for learning effect you can do this on your own. If you get stuck, leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, one more thing, we need to create the data element for delivery location. So just select data type, we can say ZZ data element for delivery location _24, click on create, select data element, so we can say delivery location data element, then enter the domain. What was the domain? ZZ domain for delivery location. For hit and enter. Then the technical characteristics are automatically filled. Then we maintain the field labels, which are the fields or which, so we can say delivery location. Okay, so fill this delivery location, then you save, then activate after you are saved. So it's also possible to save to local objects if you do not have a package. Domain for date _ create, then we can. So now we go to the last part of the requirement, which is to add the delivery number, delivery date to the order header table with the help of include structure. So that means we need to create a structure for the 2 columns to be inserted. Okay, so to create a structure and include structure, the steps, these are the steps. You can also leave a comment in the comment section and say send me if you want the PowerPoint slides that is used on, or that is used in this presentation. So let's head over to the ABAP dictionary \n S11. So we create an include structure. So it's a data type. So we need to select data type, give it a name. So we can say ZZ include structure _25. Click on create, Now, from these three radio buttons, select structure, confirm. So we can say, give a short description. We can just say include structure, or we can put, say, delivery number, delivery date, include structure. Now we need to fill in the two columns of interest, which is delivery number and delivery date. So our component, you can say, give an abbreviation, delivery number and delivery date. So the typing, select types. For the component type, select the data element. So for delivery number, what was the data element? We can use the F for help, the value help, search for data element. Since I already have a package, it's easier for me to search. Said vfibe. So we are looking for the data element for delivery number. Let me pick the most recent one, delivery number data element. Okay, hit enter. So when we hit on enter, I see that the technical characteristics and the short descriptions are automatically filled. So likewise, do the same for delivery date. F4, search for data elements. So that's why it's important to have a package. I search for this. So we are looking for data element for delivery date. So I choose the latest one, data element for delivery date. Confirm. Hit on enter again. So we see the technical characteristics are filled in. And then we can save this and activate. If you do not activate, you will not be able to access it. So save. I still save to my package, save to my transport request, and activate this. So this is the structure I just created. So confirm this. So our structure is activated. Now, to insert the structure into the table, we go to the table of interest. In this situation, for this scenario, we go to the header table through SE11. So let's go to the ABAP dictionary, \n SE11. We are going to this table, select database, enter the name of the table, click on change because we want to make changes. So where do we want to insert? Let's go back to the requirement. You see here that delivery number and delivery date should be between order date and payment mode. So on the screen between this and this point, so you could click on this row, and then this is the steps. Go to edit. This is edit over here. You could see include and then click on insert. Do you still remember the structured name that we created? So enter the name of the structure you created. We use the value help. My package is ZV5. So this is the structure. Click on this and select. I do not have a group, so just confirm. So you see that the include structure has been added over to this point. Then you save. Also, you need to also check for inconsistencies, which is Ctrl F2. So it said no inconsistency found. And then activate Ctrl F3. This is the order header table. Activate this. So our table has been activated. Okay, up next, we create the append structure. So the steps are, we go to our order header table, select change, and then at this point here, you will see append structure, select append structure, give a name for the append structure. So you can see ZZ append underscore structure, underscore structure, underscore 24. All right, so the append structure had the error. So to fix that, I first and foremost had to change the enhancement category for the table. Go to extras, select enhancement category. I selected can be enhanced. Okay. Then when you click on that, it opens up the enhancement. It opens up the append structure. Okay, so I tried to use a component name that did not start with Z, and I had errors. So and said it's not in the customer namespace. So kindly add Z or Y to your variable name. Then select types here for typing method. Then for component type, select the data element for delivery location. Click on enter, and this is filled. So then you activate, you save, you check, and let's save. This is check, ignore this warning, then activate. So the append structure has been successfully created. And if we go back to our table, you can see that. So if you go back to the table, you could see that the append structure have been created. And so finally, we need to populate the table. Okay, and so you need to create a table maintenance generator. I made a video on how to create a table maintenance generator. You can follow this link and watch the video. Yeah, so for learning purpose, I will leave you to create the table maintenance generator and then fill the table with the data that you see on the screen, or the one or the two, or some other data that you prefer. So there you have it. If you like my content, you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot to me, and it's also a sign of appreciation. And if you have any question, leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video, and see you in the next video.